You go first.
Man, I just think it's like something for us to be angry about because they don't have anything for us to be angry about that doesn't involve them.
Yeah.
So like I think it's like a big distraction. You know, I think like the game of soccer is useless for the African continent anyway.
What do you think
it's not freeing us. It's not assisting us. You know, black talent is still getting exploited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Africa is not a commercial base where we can keep our talent here and pay them well. So we export them to other countries where they get exploited on the basis of their skin color. You know, so it's like, it's
It
like...
just made me sad, man.
So it's like niggas at the Coliseum, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, like...
Dance,
I don't see them niggas, dog.
Dance.
You understand what I'm saying?
That was so like on point.
None of these soccer players mean anything.
So you were saying, where's this tea from?
Oh, this is Mr. Buddy.
So it is Nota's birthday today, and the man graced us with his presence on his birthday. We are so grateful that you came through, Captain. We're gonna have a lot of chops. Hopefully, it's gonna be a good one, man. Let's go.
Relax, dog.
Nene, sharp, not the face.
This is from
Cricket.
It's from kids' birthday parties. It's you know, it's child friendly.
Yeah, we got, this is a child-friendly environment, the alcohol, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, welcome to the Clean Pair, Nota, man.
Thank you.
We've got the authority in the building, you know. We've got industry encyclopedia. I like to call him, I don't want to diss him because it might sound like a diss if I say he's South Africa's Steve Stout. But
no, that's a diss.
Is that a diss? Is that a diss?
Yeah.
So, but he's the connector. I mean, he is a lot of careers, a lot of situations wouldn't have moved without him involved.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no. Anyone that's got a business interest in what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My interests are further than just my business. Like what I provide to the public is a public service, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a national asset. It's not like a business thing. I don't sell a product. Steve Stout goes in there, negotiates deal, gets his cut, moves. You know what I mean? Me, it's not even about a cut or something like that. So like, I don't like being compared to like people.
But you know you've got that appeal though. You know, in terms from somebody from the outside looking in, it looks like you're the ultimate connector. Things don't happen if you're not involved.
I can make things happen. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So they talk to the white people that control things. And they siphon some of that money to some black folks that can do things. That's how they move. They don't make things happen. They don't create things. You know what I mean? It's like
it's gonna be interesting chat.
Yeah.
Today.
So like everything that they've done is established from outside of their own organizations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they work for organizations.
So,
sorry, man, I put some cake on your thing, but it's just a cover.
No,
it's just a cover.
Yeah, please.
Just a cover.
Yeah, the good stuff is on the inside. It's fine. It's fine.
Tepa still reads the newspaper, by the way.
I still read the newspaper.
This is probably killing him that you're busy putting.
Hey man, the kids are not reading, man. The kids are not reading. They read.
So you guys know how we do it. Before we make eye contact, we make shoe contact. So let's start with that. Mr. Big T, what you in?
Yo man,
these are my favorite
just something old school.
What are these called?
These are the bread 11s, sir.
11s, yeah.
Yes, these are bread 11s. One of my favorite pairs. But there's somebody iconic coming through.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe I should do something iconic. So that's why I'm here. That's why Kilo. So this is for you, my nigga.
Nice.
And you guys know me, standard gazelle, 3 stripes. Today I went with the white at the bottom in terms of sole. This is actually a classic pair.
In the lady shining.
Yeah, so it was one of my first gazelles actually. So it's like it's a classic. That's why I brought it out for Nota today. It's a classic, you know.
Yeah.
I had to bring the classics out.
Yeah.
And then it's his birthday, won't do him like that.
No,
let's do him.
I'm very proud of my shit.
This is the first guy to come in. Oh, Jab came in Crocs. Right?
Yeah, he did.
So this is another guy that comes in flip-flops now on the
This
set.
is Woolies.
All music niggas.
I mean, this is like
size 12.
Size 10.
Yeah.
You know, it's the shoe your wife buys you before you go to Sun City to take the kids to Valley of the Waves.
I'm a responsible dad. These are those shoes.
I mean, I'm taking the kids to Valley of the
look
Waves.
like something I shower.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. No, but this is still new. This is fresh, dog. You can see it's still new. It's still, it's still Kobezelling. This is fresh.
No, this is a hard sell for flops. I'll tell you.
It's a cup pair. I don't know how to do a fresh pair. It's a cup pair, this one.
As you can see, the toes have been well taken care of. You don't
look like
I do know the skontiri, but I just with shoes on. You know what I mean? I've never worn like old stars, like all those things. All the shoes that like tighten your feet and like make your toes look fucked up. And
please talk to them.
Like you did ballet or some stuff. Like I didn't wear those shoes. I wore like spacious shoes.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Let your feet do this.
Yeah, I make your girl nervous. She hides her toes when I'm around. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Yeah, like you know what I mean?
Nah, I don't
you can't buy that. You can't buy that.
Don't make me take my toes out because I've got premium toes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Premium.
If you know what it is, then you know.
I can see you on the level.
I just want to get us into what's in top of discussions now in the week.
Okay.
You guys know what's popping with what happened with Senegal and Morocco.
Hey.
I just want to get everybody's take on that. I'll start quickly by saying the refs whistle is final, and that should have been it. And everybody's saying that Senegal walked away. It was a walk-off, right?
Yes.
Right. A walk-off must then be. It must be documented that it was a walk-off. They did not walk off. The game continued, right? So it can't be a walk-off if the game continues. That's what I'm saying. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that.
Nota, you go first.
Man, I just think it's like something for us to be angry about because they don't have anything for us to be angry about that doesn't involve them.
Yeah.
So like I think it's like a big distraction. I think like the game of soccer is useless for the African continent anyway.
What do you think?
It's not freeing us. Mm-hmm. It's not assisting us. Black talent is still getting exploited.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Africa is not a commercial base where we can keep our talent here and pay them well. So we export them to other countries where they get exploited on the basis of their skin color. So it's like, it
just made me sad, man.
So it's like niggas at the Coliseum, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, like,
dance.
I don't see them niggas, dog.
Dance.
You understand what I'm saying?
That was so on point.
None of these soccer players mean anything. None of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? None of them mean anything. Like who are they, bro? Like, they're nothing niggas. You know what I mean? Like, the latest soccer players now are dating, like, Sweetie and them.
But
Nota, here's my thing. So I've worked with a couple of them.
You went from.
I've worked with them, right?
From which one is Victoria Spice?
Victoria Beckham with David
Posh
Beckham.
Spice.
You went from Posh Spice to Sweetie.
But I get chasing relevance, right?
When we have to put the two, I learn about Sweetie, Joe.
Chasing relevance. This is what the world is now.
Why would you go with Sweetie, dog?
Dog, you're talking
She's
about...
She's got a track record, dog.
Hey, man, hey.
She's got a service history. With different dealerships.
High mileage.
No, I'm just saying the stamps are from different dealerships, dog. You understand? The stamps are from different dealerships, you know what I mean? You Mercedes Bryanston, Mercedes Centurion, Mercedes...
Isn't that better that you actually...
There's even that guy that has a poster...
Isn't it better than one you don't know that just doesn't come with documents and it's just...
There's no way
Namel.
There's no way you don't drive.
Wait, I don't think we're still talking about the Senegal Morocco thing. Let's move.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's my whole entire thing. It's like
football,
with football as a whole, it's like, dude, how are you black guys that make money and we can't see it? Like,
where does it end?
What are you doing? Like, no, what power do you have in real life?
Dog, another cultural
The power that they have
influencer.
is in the short. Bang.
It's not even in the shorts. They don't have any power,
But
dog.
let's not restrict it to just the football.
Like, bro, you get told, yo, you come to training 3 times a week. You're like a kid for your whole entire adult life. There's someone
That's why a lot of them wild out.
Like it's another nigga talks about your performance. He doesn't even perform.
Yes,
He
he sits like this and he breaks it
He
down.
decides, yeah, you're good enough to be on the team. You're not good enough to like all of those types of things. You know, hey, the coach, what. You know what I mean? You got no voice. You like.
No,
you
you're killing the World Cup vibe.
No, I'm just saying, it's like
No,
that's the real talk. Okay, you win the World Cup, you come back to your wife, right? And then some niggas gonna
you
call
don't have
you.
to.
Nah, I'm just saying. Nah, let's just say.
Yeah.
Let's just say you come back to your wife. Some niggas gonna call you and get you out of bed, and you have to leave your wife and kids.
And you're right. It's probably like a week after that. After celebration, it's new season. It's
I'm
pre-season.
just saying, it's like, why can't dad take us to school? No, some old man called dad and now he has to fly to some other country and, do what he does. For like, you know what I mean?
I'm conflicted.
T, what's your take?
What I'm saying?
What's going on?
I'm conflicted because I say these guys are people leveraging what they're good at to make some money off it, right?
From who?
From
Big niggas.
the establishment,
From
right?
big niggas.
Yes.
Soccer players have Grootmans. You are Messi, but you got Grootmans.
He does, right?
You understand? Okay, what is Posh Spice's husband doing?
He
Owns Messi. He owns Messi.
He does.
Running a club.
Why? Because he realized I need power.
New.
You understand what I'm saying? I know I need power, not new. He already had the new.
And you're
So,
right.
so
New
then,
is easy,
then you
dog.
you must have a good take on the Saudi Pro League because those guys are paying them what outsea is like.
What power, dog?
No power.
The Saudi niggas, they can shoot people, kill them, like execute people.
Now.
They can take a nigga in an embassy in Turkey, chop him up into pieces, get a lookalike to walk out of that thing. You understand? Next week, nigga's son is in Miami, shouting at the fucking cops. Do you know who the fuck I am? Telling the cops in Miami.
In a Lambo.
In some Arabic accent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting a DUI in Las Vegas, you know what I mean? They arrest him, the cops get suspended for arresting the Saudi prince's son. Like what? Like that's power, dog. If Messi gets a DUI, he's going to jail, dog. He's getting a mugshot. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The guy that owns the team that Ronaldo is playing for, his son doesn't even get a mugshot. Forget that, dog. It comes out in the New York Times weeks later because there was an investigation about some Saudi prince whose son got let off. And Americans didn't know about it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's power, dog. Like these Saudi princes, they buy pieces of land and it comes out as rumors that you can't talk about in South Africa. It comes out as rumors. Hey, have you heard the Saudis? They bought some piece of land. Hey, some very undercover. It comes out like being whispered on podcasts. You can't even get a news spread. That's power, dog. That is power, dog. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's like when my nephews tell me they want to rap. I'm like, dog, what have I done my whole entire life?
Uncle, put the boys on though. Can they rap though? Can they rap?
It's not about whether they can rap. Rappers work for us. What the fuck are you doing wanting to rap?
You don't want them to work.
Why would I, as Ivan Khoza, want my son, me to be playing?
This is true.
He's running the club now.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Why would he be on the Andy Lempisaning?
Ish.
KZ Junioring?
14 G, nigga.
Do you understand? We got bad clips of you.
Hey, man.
Misses, the trips, plays when you shouldn't have been playing.
But this view, it's not like the most common view, right? And I think maybe these guys could benefit from hearing it.
Who's better looking
Ish.
between Bobby and his brother?
I'm not looking at them niggas
No,
like
I'm just saying.
No, I
It's not about whether you're looking at them like that.
Like can be objective about if niggas look good or not. So
Who's
it's
the better
junior.
looking?
It's junior, right?
Why? It's obvious. The other nigga's fat, bro. He is. It's obvious. The other nigga's fit. He can play and all that shit.
Yeah, and he did play. Yeah.
He's a pretty boy. Do you understand what I'm
No,
saying?
Bob Steak you can seek out.
It's not about Bob Steak. Bob's got the power.
He does have the power.
No one respects the junior, dog. No one respects junior. Dog, I walk into the club with KZ Jr., none of the bitches are turning their heads. None of them. None of them. I come with Bobby. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. There's a line at our table. We haven't even got to our table yet.
Power.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's Bob Steak. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So T, what's it?
Into the my phone, I'm a Hawks. I am a scout. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
like like...
I feel like I need power, Lynn.
I need power, Chief.
I need my dog to be scared of some shit.
Say, Chief, dog, there's nothing more powerful than when you get to a roadblock and you let down your window.
And they see who it is.
And they say, it's you. And the honey realizes that, oh shit. I can't even say this nigga beat me up. The cops are gonna say, go back home.
But now this
before we get into trouble.
When you roll down the window, it's man.
You understand what I'm saying? That's power.
This is how you guys are rolling in the streets of Bryanston.
No, but I'm just saying.
That's what's happening in the north.
Yeah, the North has been like that. The North has been like that.
Niggas that got power, they got power. So you understand? So these soccer players don't have power, dog. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why Patrice can just take their cup, dog.
I want to get
what I'm saying? Nigga didn't even want to give them the trophy on the day.
What are you saying about this team?
What I'm saying.
Nigga gave them the trophy like he was holding a dead cat.
It
was sticking him up.
You heard Senegal say they're not letting
this was not the plan.
They're gonna let it go. What are they? They're niggas. They're gonna get their hands chopped off if they hold on to it too tight. What are you talking about? They're just black,
there's
man.
There's an appeal with cats.
Like, what the hell?
There's an appeal.
Who cares what those niggas say, dog?
So you don't think they'll win the appeal? And if they do win,
what are niggas?
I just want to bring this back.
What are niggas?
If they win that appeal, does that give them their power back?
Dog, we'll throw bananas at them. They can keep that.
No.
That's what they can keep.
So there's no power coming back when they win the appeal from Cass?
Bro.
So it's already been taken.
The power dynamic changed right now when they took it away. If they can take it away, then you know, right? And that's what I said when I was telling to you earlier in the week, Bern, that they managed it with lawyers from France, just managed it legally. Say, hey, listen, there's teams of lawyers that made sure that there is no coming back from this. So Senegal appealing is just a waste of their time. Those guys is airtight now. The cup is going to Morocco, and you all must accept it.
Fuck it, let's move on. Just another one. This man here has started. Obviously, we're invited by Bala and JJ at the launch of the podcast, the Chill Network. And man, I really think that Music Pulse is a great fit. I enjoy it. I watched. And I'm gonna be frank, the Yanos one. I'm not a Yanos guy, so I'll just literally skim through it. But now I'm watching it. You know, because
niggas need to watch.
There's a lot of aspects in terms of music that you guys touch on. Shout out to Mafitoto, he's also my favorite on there. Fuck Mafitoto and Nota. And the other thing I think, shout out to Kim van Kitaki, Taki and Mars. What I like about them is that the youth blend, and then you two and Mafitoto bring that Grootman-esque appeal. So how's it been for you on the network, man?
Yeah, man. I guess it doesn't feel like anything. You know what I mean? It just feels like just recording a show. So it's like once a week. So it's not really dramatic or anything. So
the vibe looks right though. You guys, the synergy is working.
Yeah, I mean I've done 2 episodes. Prior or 3 or
if I didn't know, it was like what is it called?
It stays on set.
What are we talking?
A gavel.
It's a gavel. Yeah, no, I don't know what it's called, bro. That's why I said that in your house. I almost said Yeah. So we as a fan, I'm enjoying it, man. Real talk.
Man. Yeah, no, I mean the show is still in its
infancy, facts.
Yeah, infancy, but the show itself as a concept has been working for almost 3 years now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I mean the concept itself.
Okay.
So it found an audience for itself, and because Amapiano wasn't really being documented in like a news cycle type thing, focus on the genre, it was fresh for the genre to actually get some documenting, and then that inspired a whole lot of other people to now start blogging, commenting about it, and that built like a whole blogosphere around the genre itself. With hip hop, it's already been there. It's always been there. With Maskandi, it's developing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Finally.
Well, I mean, it was very centered around radio, and they had like a really big station.
It's jumping into the tech side of things now.
Yeah, it's dominating streaming. So like, it's coming about, So yeah, man. I think like things play out in stages. So like if you forecast things, and you plan ahead, like in long term, when you're finally like doing the things that you planned a long time ago, it doesn't like feel like anything different. It's just like you sticking to the plan. So I mean, you know, my observation, that's the thing. It's like, you know, I've been in execution mode for like quite a while because, you know, I took a pivot. You know what I mean? I completely like stopped being active within the music space. Yeah. And focused completely on the podcasting space. You know what I mean? And I invested my time, my money, you know what I mean, my resources.
And shout out to Nota Baloyi for coming out here. We out here on 2,000. Hey, 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, boy. Hey, like, subscribe, yo. So while I'm touching on that,
well, if you were having a house party, they wouldn't be able to fit here. So, you know.
Facts. And those are real numbers, right? Yeah. So we shouting out to you because obviously we've reached out to a lot of guests and they're like, but how many subscribers do you have? How much reach do you have? You see the actual importance of engaging with the podcast community. So that's how I want to say shout out to you, bro, because every number to you is something that you count is part of the community, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, just to keep the community thriving, you know what I mean? It needs to be like really big. So that everyone finds something that, you know, resonates with them. And we live in an endless scroll era, so, you know, you gotta have like a whole
endless scroll
library of content.
I like that.
Like that. You know what I mean? Like people aren't satisfied unless there's like an insatiable, you know, thing that they've got.
And I need to now take you back to the music. I'm glad we're all here with the podcasting, but I need to go back to when I kind of knew you around with say hip hop, right? I feel like it's neglected now.
Yeah, obviously.
And I feel that's unfortunate. You are not letting your nephews rap. I heard a guy yesterday, and he's like a prominent old school DJ. He's saying guys that are rapping now are not authentically or specifically South African in their branding, and therefore that's how they're not penetrating any mainstream market. So I want to get that view because there was a time where everything used to thrive and we were all part of one big ecosystem, and we could have hip hop, we could have kwaito, we could have house, deep house, and all the other variations. But there was never a time where it felt like, no, this is now neglected or this is now passé, and let's move on. And hip hop is like my first love, and I need that to kind of come back. Where's it at?
The cool shit gotta come back,
know,
man.
I did MTV's hottest MCs list, you know? And like they invited me the first year, and then they called me last minute. Like before, I was like in Durban, I think, at the time. No, I was in Cape Town at the time. I remember I was supposed to fly out. I was supposed to go to the airport. They called me last minute. They're like, hey man, some people complain. They're like, yeah, you work with some artists, so it might be a conflict of interest to have you on here. So then they put me in some OGs list, you know, where I had to decide the OGs or whatever. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, at least you'd be more impartial or whatever. And like, you know, it's just funny how those things pan out. Like, I've always seen myself as an impartial player in the game. So the reason why hip hop is at the state it's at is because I've taken my hands off the steering wheel and I parked the car. And I was like, okay, I'm parking this hip hop car. And that's it. So the next year when I went to this MTV list, I was like, yo, I commercialized SA hip hop single-handedly as one individual. Do you understand what I'm saying? And everyone jumped up, Nota, how can you say that?
What do you mean?
Right. And then I took my hands off the steering wheel. Where's hip hop now? None of them took their hands off the steering wheel. All of them tried to ride the wheel.
Where are they going?
Bye guy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the point I wanted to prove to them. It's like, if I stop working, this whole entire shit stops working. I'm the locomotive. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the state of where hip hop is. And the reason why is because
how do we get you jumping back on and driving?
It wasn't about that. It was like I was impartial. Okay. Do you understand? Yeah. I was building the entire space. The same way, even though I might have a very tight relationship with Mac and I've been helping him build up his shit since, you know, whatever, day 2 or 3 or whatever, but since he started like taking it seriously, you know what I mean?
Shut up, boy.
I've been pushing, you know what I mean? And then I dedicated myself to building the space, not building him, building the entire space, building the ecosystem. I knew that he could continue on the trajectory, but the space needed to be bigger. You needed like a landing strip.
And look how it's switching on.
You understand what I'm saying? The same thing I did in hip hop. And I kept saying, yo, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did in music to podcasting. And I've done exactly what I said I would do. You understand what I'm saying? In podcasting as I did in music. So they don't understand that everything needs a mastermind.
An architect.
Someone who's going to divorce their personal ambitions from the collective goal. Do you understand what I'm saying? And be a visionary for everybody. You know what I mean? Like I consider each and every single piece on the chessboard. Do you understand? Each and every single. I play both black and white.
Because even I mean, Nota, when you driving, right? DJs even were coming out like how. Like standard, they were coming out with their compilations featuring artists.
What even happened to that?
You know, because I remember there was a big like drive of DJs coming out with their own work. You know, if the artists were not busy, they were getting
meeting
busy.
at the Radisson Blu. Had all the DJs. Had this other chef that was a chef. He was like the head chef of one of the star hotels, or whatever. He made canapes for everybody. I forgot his name. He's a Tsonga guy or a Shangan guy. I forgot his name. He's a famous chef. He was the head chef of the Southern Sun at the time. Got Grouch to sponsor the drinks. You know what I mean? That was SAB. Cool. We had a seminar. DJs here. Okay, what do you guys want from the artists? You want extenders? You want this? You want this? We created a whole entire format. Okay, contact details. How do we create what? Email this and all this stuff. This is before WhatsApp, I think. We're still on BBM back then. So, you know, those were the things. That's how VG ended up dropping. That's how Speedster ended up making music. Dimples and all of these guys, they ended up making music. So each and every single piece of the puzzle was being taken care of. We needed our own dedicated music video directors. We couldn't take from the house guys because the house guys were not doing the style that we wanted and the scale that we wanted. So they were doing like, you know, stock standard, that guerrilla films, like everybody with the same videos,
Y'all
same
came
style.
out like how Hype Williams came out.
Well, we tried different things. You know what I mean? We had different directors. We had different filmmakers. We were making some of the films. We were directing and producing some of the films. Then you had now hip hop filmmakers. Do you understand what I'm saying? You had Uprooted Film coming out. You had your Yelenzos. You know, like all of these things.
Niggas
Every
came
single
out
thing.
after.
Yes.
There was options where, okay, I'm gonna go film. I can go do music stuff.
You can
I can
work
go
at MultiChoice. Or you can go and work at SABC or intern at a production company, or you can go and shoot hip-hop music videos. Because those hip-hop cats are shooting music videos.
They're busy,
and you know what I mean? They're doing enough work for you to showcase yourself, for you to elevate your career. And then all of a sudden, you've got a whole entire troupe of videographers. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like each and every single facet. When it came to photography, we had different photographers at our events. Kids coming in, as long as you got a camera, you can take some photos, we'll post them up, we'll put them on the internet. Now we had a whole entire troupe of photographers. Each and every single thing, the entire infrastructure was built step by step.
I mean, I know.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
From outside,
remember brands.
I was just saying brand engagement.
But that's the thing is that niggas were building their artists, or artists were building themselves, or the artists they were working with. That's the label model. I didn't look at it the way the label model. I was building the entire game from start to finish. You know what I mean? From the time that I was working at Bada Bing, you know what I mean? Like having those meetings, having these discussions. Like I was directing what Squatter Camp was doing on their final album. Do you understand? From a strategic point of view, like everything was my taste, my style. Do you understand? And that's fresh out of high school. So, you know.
How are you getting these like esteemed artists
to be like, yo,
because I know better than them.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. No, I got my answer. Thank you.
I knew better than them.
I knew better than them.
You understand what I'm saying?
Fair.
They came to my event.
He said it.
Do you understand? They came to my event at a club, and they saw that event, and they were doing some event for Sprite after the MTV whatever thing with Ludacris, and they said, oh yeah, we want to use this event. Plug us with the owner of this venue. This was me in high school. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sugar Smacks got his 50-cent tickets from me outside the Palazzo while I was hanging with Tony Yayo and Lloyd Banks and DJ Hookit.
Yeah.
You understand? I was in the Quantum with DJ Hookit, talking, and then Smacks arrived. I walked out, gave him his tickets, he could go watch 50 Cent. So, you understand what I'm saying? So already that's power.
It's building.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I already had power. Do you understand what I'm saying? From the jump. From the jump. When I met these niggas, I met them giving them my USB backstage.
Yeah.
I'm backstage. You understand? At the event.
And this is like, and this is the peak Squatter, by the way.
You understand? All of that shit. I watched Squatter, my first time watching Squatter performing, I was watching it from backstage at Parktown Boys. It was, I think it was 2003. It was an MTN.
Oh, you went to Parktown Boys?
Free to be youth. No, I went to the event at Parktown Boys.
Oh, okay, I thought you went to Parktown Boys.
I didn't.
I was about to say, don't Squatter.
Are they fast like that?
No,
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
So with that being said, now with how you guys just assess the industry at where it's at, is there somebody that is, and I want to use the word bubbling under, but that you can see, you see, if I grab that one and I just dust it a bit, some diamonds coming out of that.
No,
there's nobody give a damn
about that anymore.
So you can't even see it.
I don't need to. I've crossed every single level. You need to understand.
Oh, by the way, this is me asking you,
I've crossed
you being
South
back
Africa,
in the
Africa. I wouldn't even come back. I've done it all, bro.
So
I've done it all from South Africa to Continental to Grammy, MTV, EMA, every single thing. Do you understand? I've touched every single sphere of whatever excellence is. You see, within the music industry space. You understand?
So you're saying your focus is here now.
You understand? I moved on to something else completely.
So that's what I was about to ask. If the game comes and asks you, like the game needs you.
I'm unhireable, bro. There's nothing that someone can pay me to do. I will not do it. I don't care what the money is. I don't care about the money. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't want it. It's not about needing it. It's about not wanting it. I don't want money for the sake of doing things because I'm making money off of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, okay, now let's talk about when you were in the driving seat, right? I want to talk about the era where I think hip-hop was like in its prime. And that's when Keenan Forbes is with us. Because from there it's lost it, obviously, because there's drivers, but there's also people that are front of stage that continue, that assist you while you're driving to navigate, right? So I think Keenan was like,
he was a pace setter.
No,
he was a pace setter.
Like he's literally telling you where to go. Like
no. He was a
pace setter.
Have you ever watched the 10,000 meters?
Yes.
Team.
Yes.
There's some nigga who runs and sets the pace and keeps the pace up.
I like
that was him. You know what I mean? He was a pace setter, so he was, pushing it to the limit. So everybody else in the rest of the field needed to pick up their pace. You understand what I'm saying? That's
stragglers drop off at the back.
You understand? And then he keeps up the pace, and then there's a grouping. And then there were niggas that were finishers.
Yes.
Do you understand? They're the ones that made sure that fine, clean. You know what I mean?
Nah, I understand it.
What did you think of Keenan, man? Just as a rapper.
Dope rapper, you know what I mean?
Complete artist, right?
Complete artist, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was an artist more than he was an icon. You know what I mean? He's an iconic persona.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
And this is not even the back of him passing away, and then that it's the stuff he did while he was doing the music that was iconic, right?
Yeah. Like everything was, iconic.
As you're saying that guy, when he performs, he puts the South African flag around him on the mic. That's how he was carrying it like that. For me, is like we don't see rappers being that patriotic, being that I don't know,
literally flying the flag, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, look, it's not even about that. I think our patriotism waned as a people. Yeah. Like our country has gone through shit. So by the time he was putting on the flag, it's like the country needed someone to be proud of it. You know what I mean?
Outside
and if you're like a cultural ambassador and you make your money off of the fact that South Africans love your music, you know what I mean? It's like patriotism is not too much to ask for. It's like you are famous and standing on the stage singing.
While we're speaking about
because of them,
Forbes,
you know what I mean?
There was the Reebok deal that went down, and we're about sneakers, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have any background on how that deal went down, because what we know at the end of the day is that Keenan did that just to obviously have an affiliation with Reebok, and then afterwards, I think his foresight was that after they see the capabilities of his reach, we can then go out.
And I think it was more of a long-term future play. But the sneaker was something he really pushed for that they didn't really want.
You
know what I mean? But he needed to negotiate. They wanted to have him on as ambassador and everything else, and then he negotiated to get a small little run, and it did well. They made he was an iconic figure. So either way, so it was successful.
Yeah, it's a collector's piece right now.
It is. Like now,
I mean, it was always designed to be a collector's piece. You know what I mean? It was always limited edition.
And he positioned it like that.
Yeah. So that was that, and it is what it is. Whenever you're working with a big corporation, as well, they're gonna undervalue you if you're stepping into a space that you're not, benchmarked. So selling CDs is not the same thing as selling sneakers.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Neither is having download MP3s. You know what I mean? No one can download sneakers. So it's
that's facts.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a different level of distribution, and it's a different process of manufacturing. So they will try and undervalue your contribution, but at the same time they're paying you because they need you to make their shit sell. Either way,
expose them to a new market and all that.
Not even to a new market, it's just like expose them to the very same market and make them choose their product over the other options that they've got, just because people think you're an icon and stuff like that. So they'll pay for the endorsement, but they'll try to undermine you so that you don't make them pay what the endorsement is really worth. So it was what it was. He was getting some skin in the game, and
Any of the artists in your stable at the time that had any similar offers? Because I know that brands are always trying to be like, okay, what's hot right now? Let's all try that. Because once that Reebok went well, surely they would have, Questa was similar level at the time. They must have come knocking.
Sneaker deal. You know what I mean? But, it was for a company called Urban Art. They're more like sneaker importers and everything else. We sold 100,000 units. You know what I mean? With a 5% royalty.
So can you drop us
5%?
Yeah.
So
can you drop us that sneaker? We just want to fight. Urban Art.
You can see it. You can Google it. It's
we'll drop that here for y'all to see.
You can see it.
5%.
You can see. You know what I mean?
That's a good chunk of change, son.
For 100,000 sneakers.
Damn.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
So are you negotiating that deal? You guys are sitting down?
I negotiated the deal. So
Do they approach you? How does that work? Just if you could give us some insights on
I think they've spoken to Benz and them. And then Benz and them were like, we want to do this Reebok deal. Clean, and then they were like, yo, can you find us another rapper that could maybe do this thing? And then that's when they called us up and then set up a meeting with us. You know what I mean? That's to do that thing, and that was that.
So with that being said, right now, you're obviously growing this universe within like the podcasting world within Africa. How are we now in terms of gauging us or putting us against the rest of the world from content, from a content perspective? Quality, how are we like?
So like the reason why I saw the opportunity within this podcasting space, because I saw a space that South Africa could dominate. Like one thing I knew is that, black people in America dominated music, right? And even though the numbers were against them, they won, right? And I knew the numbers were even better for us. And the distribution was ubiquitous. You know what I mean? We got like 97% electric.
What is that?
Ubiquitous. Like everybody got it. Everybody got access to YouTube. Everybody got access to internet in South Africa. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody got access to internet in America as well. So if you look at those two markets and you make them analogs of one another, it's like, okay, they got 40 million blacks, we got 50 million blacks. So we got 10 million more than them. We got 25% more than them of the population that's going to be making the content, making the culture. They've got 250 years of history as Americans since America was established. You know what I mean? They've got their pre-slavery history and everything else. We've got our pre-colonial ancestry. We've got the roots. You understand? So we've got millenniums of culture. You understand? They've got less than 500 years of culture.
We've got stories to tell. You're right.
Yeah, so we've got a deeper well, you know what I mean, to dig from. So therefore, there's going to be so much more. We've got cultural diversity. We've got like native languages, like all of these types of things. So that is one thing. And then we've got the best English accent in the world, the most neutral. You understand? So we've got the entire Anglosphere. You know what I mean? As a captive potential audience. So the total addressable market for a South African podcaster, right, globally, is bigger than the total addressable market for a podcaster in America. And that's it. And that was it. So therefore, we've had something that we could be bigger than what America is doing at. In music, we still can't be bigger, right? In this, we can be bigger in terms of the content we produce, but
the stories are richer.
But they own the pipes.
Damn, that's
you got me thinking, dog. Fuck. I like that.
So T gave me, when we were discussing the Showmax drop, right? T, you gave me an insight that there's actually an opportunity for somebody out there to grab the content that's going to be dropped by Showmax. What do you think of that whole Showmax?
No, there's no opportunity at all.
What do you mean?
It's all owned, bro.
They want to put it somewhere else, yeah.
Yo, like the reason why we're complaining about Senegal is because of Motsepe, right? Motsepe bought MultiChoice to be a BE partner in MultiChoice. Then he used that MultiChoice ownership to parlay the broadcasting rights, right, of the African soccer to get himself in CAF. Once he was in CAF, then he could sell those broadcasting rights to the French broadcaster. So your France 24, Canal Plus, etc., etc. He sold all those rights to them. Those are the owners of Morocco and Algeria.
This is true.
The North African markets, the old former French colonies. So he already sold all of that stuff, right, to get the position, to get the power. And South Africa owned the biggest satellite broadcasting monopoly on the African continent through DSTV.
That's actually what they are.
You understand? So that was the crown jewel. So they already got that. You know what I mean? That was decided at the constitutional court and stuff like that. You know, nobody said anything about it like that. So why did you expect Showmax to stay around? Everything that was going to kill it was being announced to you in the fucking news. Apart from me talking about it in every podcast.
It was a headline and people moved on, right?
And
the headline
niggas like are just stupid. When I was like, yo, in 2022, I was like, yo, Motsepe is selling DSTV and he's gonna shut down the whole entire thing. And once he sells it to the French, they're gonna cancel all this motherfucking shit.
And now look.
And niggas will be in the comments on YouTube. And that's it. But you work at MultiChoice. That's your salary. That's who's paying your medical aid. That's who keeps your kids in school. You understand what I'm saying? And then they just told you what's going to happen to your job in 3 years, and you want your parents, your kids to still respect you as a parent when you had access to the information that's going to change their lifestyle, their livelihoods, what they've got access to.
I wasn't ready to hear it.
And
they were never
that's
ready
why your
to
kids
hear
are
it.
losers. That's why your kids are losers.
That's
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's it, because mom and dad did not want to know what they were doing.
Is that an opportunity for the national broadcaster, guys? Now, is there anything that's...
The national broadcaster can't scale continentally, bro.
No, I'm just saying...
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You're
not listening to what I'm saying. SABC is not in 54 countries. There was a potential for DSTV to be in all 54 countries on the African continent.
And that's where the growth is.
You understand? So the SABC is not even playing on the same field as what DSTV was.
Correct.
That's gone now. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what builds DSTV?
Markets.
What is the market?
It's the entire continent.
No, it's human beings.
Eyeballs.
No, it's human beings. It's subscribers, right? Before DSTV was on the African continent, where was it?
It was here.
So who had to pay for DSTV to be established?
The people.
The South African people. So we own the fact that it's a continental behemoth and now it's been sold from under our nose. Where's our equity? What do we get back? Nothing.
So you don't see
magic.
any way that the national broadcaster can take advantage of the situation?
How
because
could
that's
they?
what I was asking.
The national broadcaster couldn't even compete when they were competing head to head. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm just out there giving you guys something to think about. You guys can then go in your boardrooms and chop it up.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not even about that. If you look at the balance sheet of SABC and the balance sheet of MultiChoice, you understand what I'm saying? It's chalk and cheese. You understand what I'm saying? The one is asking.
SABC Plus, no, come on.
Dog Showmax is talking about making a 4.2 billion loss, and that's too much. That's a calamity for it. The SABC is begging for a 1.3 billion bailout, and that's enough to save it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right about now.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so the bailout that SABC is asking for is not even the sports rights budget.
Damn.
Shit.
You understand what I'm saying? Like...
Sheesh. Okay, fuck it. There's no opportunity.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like you're Zule on a boat and you're like, what's the difference between me and a yacht? You're out there Zule, nigga. And you think you're the marina.
You're paddling.
You know what I mean? You think you're in Monaco, nigga. Nah, nigga.
So this is your career path right now in terms, in fact, not your career path. This is just your trajectory for the next couple of years, is that you're looking after, or you're actually establishing the African, I don't want to say South African podcasting space.
No. It's South African.
Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah, just because it's South African doesn't mean that it can't dominate the African continent.
Yeah.
There is.
South Africa to the continent.
Like, the only thing that works is hegemony. Do you understand? I don't believe that South Africa can be in any other position other than the most dominant power on the African continent. This is vulnerable.
This is weird.
You know what I mean? Yeah. There's too many people that want to have influence over us. They want to sabotage us and see us as competition that they can't compete with. You know what I mean? And as Black South Africans, we've been held back for so long that the rest of Africa thought they could get ahead of us. They think they're smarter than us. You know? Unfortunately, for them, they're in for a big surprise. So that's the you know, you have to that's the cost of incumbency. Do you understand? With great power comes great responsibility, right? That's true. But like, if you're very powerful, your enemies also gang up. You understand? So you fight on multiple fronts. You need to defend against multiple threats. You know what I mean? So that's the position that we find ourselves in as South Africans. Never ever forget, as a South African, you're the most hated African ever. Always.
Can I ask
no matter
why?
if they smile at you, no matter if they act as groupies when they see you, oh, we love you, South Africa, they hate you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like that kid with the ball.
It's not about it being the kid with the ball. We never took anything from them. We've never wanted anything from them.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're the kid with the ball.
No, we're
not.
not. Them, we're the kid that doesn't need anything. And that makes people resentful. You don't need me for anything, and therefore there's nothing that I can do for you that will make you owe me anything.
Just a quick one, Nota. How old are you turning today?
I'm 36.
36? Yeah, man, you're aging like fine wine, dog.
Thank you. I avoid the fine wine.
Yeah, we asked the man for his hospitality, and so he's a cheap date. What a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you've got my brain working. I don't know if I'm gonna switch off and be able to sleep. You've got me kind of like digesting a lot.
We might need an episode 2 with this.
Nigga, because now I'm just like,
the
shit.
You gotta sleep, nigga. You're gonna have back pain.
You're right.
Somebody came in. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Already my knees like that.
Don't let this man dog you like
I'm
that.
good now.
He came in here walking with that back pain.
Yeah, because I was driving, I was in traffic, I had to get here, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, that's
but we really,
I had to drive around the craters. It's like there was a meteor shower on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're out in the farms.
The level of pothole, dog.
We're in the farms, man. We're in the outskirts. We're in the outskirts, man. I don't know if we can finish this episode in like, it can't be one. We need a part 2, bro.
No, dog,
we're gonna have to do a part 2.
There's still so much. There's still so much.
I need to, after
you need to go birthday. You need to go eat the cake.
I'm going to Doja.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Doja now.
Because I get it, we must.
No, it's Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. I get it, she's South African now. We must go turn it up, pass in over it. We must welcome her to South Africa the right way.
No. I'm not her dad, dog. I'm not her dad. That's for her dad.
I get it. They say it takes a village, dog.
Her dad spent more time with me growing up than he did with her, so you know what I mean? Like, I think they need to catch
up. So we really appreciate you coming out, making a time on your special day.
Man,
it was special for us.
Thank you.
Special for us.
Unfortunately, for those that are watching, we had some hiccups on the way. There was lots of Friday mid-run traffic. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It's one of those things that always our call times we might have to always look into adjusting. But
and it's not month end, so niggas are going home to cook. You know what I mean? Usually when it's month end, niggas are cooking. No, they're not cooking. They're going home with Nando's. So the traffic is not as much on month end Friday. The roads are a little bit emptier. People are staying at the office for drinks afterwards. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
The kids are going to be eating KFC. The kids are with the maid and something, and then at 5, one of their friends is going to pick them up. They're going to go to the cinema. You pick them up at Monte Casino.
You drive home and you got to cook. Yeah, I see that.
You know what I mean? So now, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's past the middle of the month.
I think
thank you so much.
There's a perception, I don't know, that's been created by whoever out there about you, but I think if you actually sit and you listen and you...
Are your enemies?
I don't know about that.
I'm serious. They create a perception, you know what I mean, so that niggas can't drink from the well. Imagine if you had the fountain fountain of youth, right? And then you are drinking from it, and then you like decide to tell everybody it's poison so that they can never drink from it.
Nigga.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because we could have just said, well, we have this
are
nigga.
are they the enemies of the fountain of youth?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're drinking from it. They're the enemies of you because they're preventing you from drinking from it. So your enemies are the reason that they've been talking lies about me. Those are your enemies.
But I thank you
brain
for
is on
coming
fire.
and like drinking with us amongst us in our 2,000 subscribers.
Yo. Salute.
Actually, this guy's got the measurement, like he drinks the actual right measurement of wine. Like, you know what I mean?
Shout out Nota Baloyi, man. This is the KLEAN Pair. I got my man T in the building.
The podcast world is going to be amazing.
Bananas. We got a driver. We got a driver now. I don't know if he's licensed, but we're driving with him, man. Let's go.
We're riding dirty.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, fucking magic. I like making magic.